So this is Kirby Squeak Squad. This was my very first mainline Kirby game after Kirby's Air Ride, which I don't consider to be a mainline Kirby game, so this was my official introduction to Kirby, and thus it means a lot to me. Despite the fact that this game is really short and really easy. Early afternoon in Dreamland. It's so peaceful that even the clouds are drowsy. And now it's Kirby's favorite time of the day, snack time. Today's yummy snack is a sweet fluffy slice of strawberry shortcake. Time to dig in. Whoa, the cake Kirby was about to eat has suddenly vanished. That scrumptious berry-topped slice of mouthwatering goodness. No doubt about it, this must be the work of that greedy King Dedede. Well, there's no time to waste, gotta get that cake back. And that's how Kirby's latest fantastic adventure begins. For those who don't know, this was released on the DS in 2006, and honestly, it's got a kind of bad reputation. I'll be perfectly honest, it's not the most beloved Kirby game because it's really easy. Like, even for Kirby standards, it's really easy, and it's also, even for Kirby standards, really short. I personally like the game despite that, even though I do agree with both of those claims. But it was my first Kirby game of this style, so it was a very good intro to Kirby because of how easy and short it is. So I actually personally don't mind the very low difficulty, and I actually still like the game because of how short it is, because it's just kind of easy to pick up and play. Lately I've been playing a lot of really long games, so actually playing something like Kirby that's actually kind of on the short side is a little refreshing. 3 streams at once? Why would you do this to yourself? So that was level 1, just straightforward, run and jump, inhale enemies, get their powers. Tap to pop, power up. You can keep up to 5. So on the touch screen you have Kirby's stomach, you can tap bubbles to open up the power. So now we have Sword, even though we didn't actually inhale an enemy, just because we used the bubble power-up. So we can mix food. So if we mix this piece of meat and this cherry, you can't see it, but we get a maximum tomatoes. So this also breaks the game. Well, I appreciate your support, by the way. Thank you for the resub again, and thanks for stopping by. Find treasure and move on, who knows what's inside. I know my streaming schedule has been very spotty, and I apologize for how inconsistent I have been lately, but hopefully, I always say this, but hopefully we get back on track here. That was an entire level just now. Yeah, this game is kind of pathetically short. But yeah, it's a good intro to Kirby because of how low the difficulty ceiling is. It's kind of like Star Allies, in that it's not very good, relatively speaking, but it's a good intro. Star Allies, I think, is a worse intro because it also relies heavily on nostalgia and fan service, which if you haven't played Kirby, you won't get. So I feel like this is like one of the best starting places, next to probably Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. If you've never played a Kirby or if only played spin-offs, I would recommend this game. It's like $10 on Wii U. I don't know how expensive it is on DS. This is Mr. Frosty, by the way. Often mistranslated as Mr. Flosty. He gives you ice, but we don't want ice at the moment. I don't like ice as a power-up, unless you need it. Yeah, you're only... that's what I was thinking, because I was pretty sure you mentioned only playing Air Ride, which I might stream on some occasion. Like, I did try a little bit on stream, but I might do a full Air Ride stream. like showing every map and air ride. It's just a matter of I'm kind of in the process of still unlocking them. I don't exactly have my childhood copy and save files, so I'm having to re-unlock everything gradually. These are the Squeaks. So our first Squeak encounter is with Spinny. He's a pushover. We don't even need to fight him, we can just go into the goal. So that's 3 levels in like, what, 3 minutes? Probably less. Yeah, that's why I decided, hey, let's play Kirby. It's short and easy. So yeah, every time you get a chest, another Kirby joins you for the Kirby dance. So, beyond 100%, that's a good incentive, right? The song playing, I don't know if you can hear it very clearly, the audio's really low, is Butter Building from Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, specifically. This game doesn't have many original ideas, I'll be honest. Animal is one unique power-up in this game. Why can't you... Yeah, I was gonna say, you have like a million streams. And I know sometimes you also have streams on and also music playing, and I think my brain would melt. So I guess kudos for your brain not melting, if that makes any sense. So this is an invincible candy, it makes you invincible. Gee, who would ever guessed that, right? So we can run through the little spikes there. So this is our first mandatory Squeak encounter, because when we grab this, Storo, I think is his name, shows up, and we actually have to fight him. All the Squeaks are pushovers, so I'm just gonna camp him out here. I feel like Snake in Super Smash Bros. Just stand in the corner and chuck bombs. Totally no salt at all. So the little endgame minigames don't really matter because we have 5 lives, we have full health, we don't really need a ton of power-ups. So to explain, we get different things like sprays, music for its sound test. We need several of the chests because they contain special items that are necessary to advance in the game. Special little star seals, if I'm not mistaken. So we're Bomb Kirby, we're just kind of blasting our way through. I think this is the last time you have this particular hat, because in Return to Dreamland onwards, Kirby has a little cone party hat instead of a blue Link hat. Kirby is a very good boy. It's like, I personally wouldn't say the stream was having some difficulties, so that's why I paused. I don't know if that affected the quality at all. Even though I would say Zelda's my favorite Nintendo series, I think Kirby stands as the one I can have the most consistently good time with, because there are very few Kirby games I actively dislike. Even then, it's a very mild dislike. For example, Kirby's Dream Land 2 bothers me when I try to 100% it, but it's a fine game otherwise. It's just the 100% requirements for Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, and 64 are slightly obtuse, so I kind of prefer any percent runs of those. So this is Doc. He has a spaceship for some reason. When you get hit by a Squeak, you drop your treasure chest. I'm gonna duck in here, fuse these, and heal. Because I can do that. Yeah, I don't know how the stream is holding up. I'm getting some, like, weird behavior on my computer. Hopefully it irons itself out shortly. Yeah, Kirby is like the feel-good Nintendo series for me. So we got a heart up, but we need 2 to actually make a difference. And welcome to the actual shortest stage in Kirby history. So if you want to 100% the stage, all you need to do is fly up here, grab this chest, and go through this door. That's literally an entire stage. I don't know why they did that, to be honest. It's so weird that they just made that an entire stage. Anyway, we're on our first boss. That didn't take long. It's DDD, obviously. We're gonna stick with Fighter because I want to. So oddly enough, this room is actually based on Kirby, Right Back At Ya, which is a really weird reference. I think he uses this sprite from Nightmare in Dreamland. Most of the sprites are directly ripped because this game, I think is the same engine as Amazing Mirror as well, which DDD is not in, so again, Nightmare in Dreamland sprite. One fascinating thing is, this is the first, and I want to say only game, in the Kirby series to not have Wispy Woods as the first boss. But as an example, we still have that maximum tomato from earlier, so we can go back to full health immediately, and then immediately lose it. Maybe Beam would have been better. This is not a good fight, to tell the truth. Also, you say you trust Kirby, but he's kind of a jerk. Because, like, he's literally beating up Deity because he thinks he stole a cake. And it's not even the cake that we get by defeating him. What's this? Someone stolen King Deity's treasure chest? Of course he doesn't know a thing about the strawberry shortcake. So what's going on? Who's really behind the disappearing shortcake? Suddenly a whirlwind appears, bringing a band of big-eared strangers. Who are these guys? A band of thieves known as the Squeaks. With treasure chests in tow, they begin to march jauntily away. King Dedede acts as quick as a wink. He grabs Kirby and hurls him at the Squeaks. What a shot! He throws a perfect strike. The Squeaks teeter and lose their balance. They all tumble into a deep chasm, taking the treasure with them. Surely the shortcake is part of the lost loot. Looks like Kirby's quest isn't over yet.